Dividends, passive income. Ito ang karaniwang naririnig natin mula sa mga dividend investors. Ang topic natin ngayon ay kung paano bumuo ng dividend stock portfolio. In one of my videos, I shared that I was able to enjoy passive income despite weak financial market because of dividends. And in another video, I shared that I earned monthly passive income through my dividend stock portfolio. Now, in this video, I will share 5 steps on how to build a dividend stock portfolio. Kung ikaw ay nagsisimula o nais magsimula sa dividend investing at gusto mong bumuo ng sariling portfolio, I believe this video will help you. Before we start, I suggest that you would do it step by step like a building process. Bagamat madaling gawin, pero kailangan paglaanan ng oras. Hindi siya instant o mabilisan. Let us start with step 1. Learn the basics of stock market. This is the very base. Dapat nauunawaan ng isang investor kung saan niya ilalagay ang kanyang hard-earned money. However, it is not necessary to learn the advanced concepts. For me, having basic knowledge and understanding of the key concepts are sufficient. The investor will learn the advanced concepts later on in his investing journey. Basic concepts may include how the stock market works, factors affecting the stock price, knowing that there are risks in investing, how to make money in the stock market, etc. Kasama din dito yung mga terms na ginagamit, lalo na yung related sa dividend investing, tulad ng dividend yield, payout ratio, ex-date, etc. Bukod sa books, maraming videos or webinars ang available from brokers or from Philippine Stock Exchange to learn these things. And after having good knowledge sa stock market and dividend investing, let us go to step 2. Develop an investing strategy or plan. This is very important. Maraming investors ang basta-basta na lang nag-i-invest ng walang plano. May ibang investors pa, bukod sa hindi pa naiintindihan ang stock market, nag-i-invest na lang without any plan. There is a popular quote, "Failing to plan is planning to fail." If an investor is clear na merong risk sa pag-i-invest, hindi siya basta-basta mag-i-invest kung wala siyang plano. And an investor cannot develop a strategy without having adequate understanding of the stock market investing. That is why step 1 is important. May nagawa akong video about dividend investing strategies for long-term investors. These are dividend growth investing, dividend value investing, and dividend high yield investing. I will post the link in the description below. But these are just examples as there are many different styles of dividend investing. Investing is personal. It is important that the strategy should match the investor's profile and mindset. Halimbawa, kung long-term ang investing strategy, dapat long-term din ang mindset niya. And though investing strategy is personal and unique to an investor, a beginner can start by copying or generating ideas from other investors. Then, mag-a-adjust na lang siya along the way as he moves on in his investing journey. The investing strategy or plan should answer at least these questions: what to buy, when to buy, and when to sell. So, meron reasons why the investor is buying the stock. Ang dami akong nakikitang maling ginagawa ng mga new investors. Bumibili lang sila based on FA or Facebook analysis. Bibili lang sila ng stock kasi yun ang current hot stock. Then, later on, magtatanong naman kung okay pa bang i-hold or sell na ba? Or minsan naman, nagtatanong kung anong gagawin sa portfolio. That is why it is important na meron investing strategy. Kasama din sa investing plan ay kung ilan ang magiging laman ng dividend portfolio. 3 stocks, 5 stocks, or 15 stocks? As I said, investing is a journey. And along the journey, may natututunan ang investor. Continuous dapat ang learning niya at kasama dito ay yung pag-develop niya ng investing strategy. From time to time, pwedeng mag-iba ng strategy si investor. Sometimes, along the journey, doon niya mas nakikilala ang sarili niya as an investor. Then, ina-adjust niya ang kanyang strategy. On one hand, walang perfect strategy on day 1. But on the other hand, Hindi naman pwedeng mag-invest na lang without a strategy. That is step 2. Develop a strategy or investing plan. Now, let us move on to step 3. Establish parameters, guidelines, rules, or criteria that are in line with the investing style from step 2. Ang daming dividend stocks na pwedeng bilhin, pero dapat may filter or screening sa stocks na ilalagay sa portfolio na akma sa strategy ng investor. These parameters could be related to price, to dividends, to the company's business or its industry, or company's financials. Ito ang mga halimbawa ng parameters o criteria na pwedeng iset. Una, history of dividend payouts. Gusto mo ba ng bagong stock lang o yung stock na may history ng dividend payments? Ilang years naman? 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Kaya yung iba, hindi bumibili sa mga IPO kasi gusto muna nilang magkaroon ng dividend history nito. Second, dividend yield. Okay lang ba na maliit ang dividend yield o dapat mataas? Ilan na minimum na gusto mo? 4%, 6%, or 8%? This is important lalo na sa mga high-yield dividend investor. A dividend yield investor will surely not choose yield that is 2 to 3% only. Siguro ang minimum yield niya ay 4%, 5%, or 6%, or even higher. Number 3, growing dividends. Okay lang ba kung hindi lumalaki ang dividend as long as na consistent? O dapat both consistent and growing dividends? For dividend growth investors, of course, gusto nila yung both consistent and growing dividends. Number 4, undervalued stock. Ito ang inahanap ng mga dividend value investor. They will consider buying a dividend stock if it is undervalued. An investor can also set a minimum potential upside. Pwedeng 20%, 30%, or even 50% upside. Panlima, dividend payout ratio. May mga dividend investors na ayaw sa mataas ang dividend payout ratio. Yung iba nag-set sila ng not more than 50%, 60% payout ratio. Frequency of dividend payments. May ibang investor na gusto nila frequent magbigay ng dividends. Ayaw nila ng mga annual dividends. Mas prefer nila kung at least semi-annual or quarterly ang bigayan ng dividends. 7. Familiar company or business. It means the investor will buy the stock or company that he knows or very familiar to him. Pwede ito yung business na madaling maintindihan ng business model tulad ng restaurant, coffee shop, o kaya ay real estate company. O baka suki siya ng business na ito. Number 8, type of industry. May specific industry ka ba na hinahanap? May ibang investors na they would only consider stocks that are in the growth stage tulad ng renewable energy stocks. Another example ay your company na operating in the industry that is relevant to the prevailing economic environment. Example, yung bank stocks which are expected to grow during rising interest rates. And another example, the investor may choose stocks that are in the defensive industries tulad ng nasa utility stocks o yung mga nasa power sector. Number 9, nature of business according to the investor's values or morals. May ibang investors naman na pumipili ng stocks na ayon sa kanilang faith, philosophy, or values. So okay ba sa'yo mag-invest sa mga companies na related sa gambling, tobacco, o yung mga tinatawag na sin stocks? Meron naman na ayaw sa mga mining stocks dahil sa nagagawa nito sa environment. Number 10, companies' financials. Tinitignan dito yung financial performance ng company tulad ng earnings, kung lumalaki ba ito, o yung kanyang cash flow. Sometimes yung financial ratios like liquidity ratios or leverage ratios. Number 11, PE or other valuation ratios. May ibang investors na gusto na ang stock ay trading below a certain level. Tulad ng PE ratio not more than 15x or 18 times. Number 12, part of an index. Gusto mo ba na ang stock ay part ng isang index tulad ng PSEI o kaya yung from dividend yield index or mid-cap index? Number 13, market capitalization. Okay lang din ba sa'yo to invest kahit maliit lang ang company? O gusto mo kailangan large cap o blue chip ang company? These are just examples at marami pang parameters or criteria na pwedeng iset. Again, the parameters should be aligned with the investing strategy. Of course, hindi lang nakapako sa isang parameter. The investor should use a combination of these rules. And tip lang, though it is very important to set these rules or screeners, huwag naman sobrang dami. Baka wala nang ma-qualify na stock. And the checklist should be simple and practical. And in setting up parameters, si investor pwede siyang gumawa ng dalawang categories. The first one is the hardcore parameters. Ito yung mga rules na hindi pwedeng mabali. Meron naman yung complementary or supporting parameters. Ito naman yung plus points kung the stock will meet this criteria. Let's move on to step 4. Stock hunting and create a stock watch list. So ito na. After setting up the parameters, the what to buy stocks, it is time to hunt these stocks. Saan ba natin sila pwedeng makita? Itong mga suggestions. Google, may mga websites, blogs, or posts about dividend stocks in the Philippines. Investing.com, meron silang screener doon for stocks. Third, mutual funds investing in dividend stocks. That time nung wala pa yung dividend yield index, tumitingin ako sa mga mutual funds na nag-invest sa dividend stocks. Iniisa-isa ko ang mga stocks na hawak nila and chinecheck ko kung akma sila sa parameters ko. And number 4, dividend yield index. 5, Philippine Stock Exchange Index. Number 6, mid-cap index. Number 7, PSE Edge website. So under sa dividend section, andun yung mga stocks na nag-declare ng dividends. The investor should not buy blindly. Dapat mag-conduct ng screening according sa parameters ng step 3. Pero i-check maigi ang mga information as some data may not be updated. Baka naman ang information ay based on last year's stock price or last year financial statements. Then after makabuo ng watch list, then go to step 5. Buy according to buying plan. Ito na, bibili na ng stock. Pero syempre, according again sa nabuong strategy sa step 2 at checklist or parameters sa step 4. Depende din sa budget at funds available. The investor can buy one stock per month o pwede din naman the investor will initially buy at least 3 to 5 stocks. Then, mag-add na lang every month. Dapat may buying plan din, but it will depend on the available budget. Perhaps, I may consider making a video showing actual samples pagbuo ng dividend portfolio para lalong maintindihan ng mga new investors. Disclaimer lang, this is not a financial advice as I am not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing these points based on my personal thoughts and experience. Again, sana nakatulong ang video na ito sa pagbuo mo ng dividend stock portfolio. If so, I would really appreciate if you will like and share this video para marami pang matulungang iba. Also, if you have some thoughts on the video, please let me know in the comment section. Mag-subscribe ka na rin kung hindi ka pa nag-subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.